So Joshua texted he's coming to get his stuff. I told him to come get his stuff. When he came, he asked me if I packed his stuff. I said, no, you got to go pack your own stuff. He started pulling, yanking, so I pushed him off and told him to stop. He continued to do the same thing. So I told him stop, so I pushed him back. Next thing I know, I was slammed to the wall with me trying to defend myself. I did slap him, try to defend myself. When I tried to hit him again, that's when he hold, squeezed, and bent my fingers, and now I have 2 broken fingers.
Mr. Browning seems to be itching to talk, but Mr. Browning, let me remind you, you have a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. My guess is, I think your charges are in Clayton County. My guess is Clayton County DA's office or people from there are probably watching this. This is where a lot of prosecutors get evidence because people just talk. Now,
in today's video, we have a TPO hearing between ex-coworkers. The plaintiff claims the defendant broke her fingers. So grab a drink and a snack and let's get into the video.
Your private second. Thank you, Miss Brown, for going to be her supervisor there. All right, we're going to take Miss Atkinson and Mr. Browning first since we have a volunteer lawyer. And that's what we like to do because when I used to take volunteer cases, some judges, won't mention the county, used to make me wait all day. But I appreciate volunteer lawyers and I take them first. All right, Miss Atkinson, turn your camera on, take yourself off mute. Rodnicia, I see you. I'm not sure why you're waving, honey. All right, and I got Joshua Browning, take yourself off mute. Miss Atkinson, if you're streaming something in the background, you've got to turn it off. Or I'm going to hear myself talking in the background from your camera, all right? Mr. Browning, where you at?
Right here.
All right, but do you have any witnesses for Miss Atkinson, just her?
No witnesses for Miss Atkinson, Your Honor.
Right, just her. Mr. Browning, is it just yourself? Is there another, or do you have any witnesses?
It's just me.
All right, both of you raise your right hand for me, please. Miss Atkinson, Mr. Browning. All right, you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Miss Atkinson?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Browning?
Yes.
All right. All right, go ahead, Miss Sachs. Yep, I know you probably going to want to make a little bit of opening, but go ahead. And when you do start the most recent event, work backwards. And I don't know if anybody told you, some people may not think it, but I promise you when it comes to domestic violence, I'm about this much smarter than I sound.
I'll start with an opening, Your Honor. The petitioner, Whitney Atkinson, is here today seeking a 12-month family violence protective order. By a preponderance of the evidence, Miss Atkinson will show that first, the petitioner and the respondent lived together for 5 months. Second, that the respondent committed acts of violence as defined by the Georgia Code. And third, that there is a substantial likelihood that the respondent will commit acts of violence against the petitioner in the future if relief is not granted today.
All right. So, Mr. Browning, if you'd like, we go ahead and go for this hearing, or you can have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Sachs and see if y'all could work anything out. Would you like that opportunity? You want to keep going on with the hearing?
Yeah, I would like to. No, you can go ahead with the hearing.
Okay. Anything you want to say in opening? Or just go straight into testimony? Go straight into testimony. Go ahead, Ms. Sachs. Start your questions.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Atkinson, will you please state your full name?
Whitney Christina Atkinson.
Are you employed?
Not at the moment.
Where were you employed most recently?
FedEx Ground.
Okay. How do you know the respondent?
We used to work together at FedEx Ground.
Okay. And at any point, did you live together?
Yes.
How long did you live together?
From March until August 3rd.
Okay. Let's turn our attention to July 25th of this year. Can you tell me what happened on that date that made you want to seek a protective order?
Joshua texted stating that he wanted to come get his stuff.
Stop. Rodnicia, what are you doing? You're not at home watching television. Get up out of that bed. If you were in my courtroom, you wouldn't just bring your blanket and lay down on the benches.
So Joshua texted he's coming to get his stuff. I told him to come get his stuff. When he came, he asked me if I packed his stuff. I said, no, you got to go pack your own stuff. He walked around my apartment. He gathered his stuff. He asked for his jersey. I told him his jersey is in the basket in the washroom where it's always be. He started pulling, yanking, so I pushed him off and told him to stop. He continued to do the same thing. So I told him stop. So I pushed him back. Next thing I know, I was slammed to the wall with me trying to defend myself. I did slap him, try to defend myself. When I tried to hit him again, that's when he hold, squeezed, and bent my fingers, and now I have 2 broken fingers.
Okay.
And after that, he left. He took my laptop, my keys, and my phone and my Apple Watch. He returned those, and after he returned them, he started sending threats. So I ended up going to the ER, and that's when they clarified that my finger was broke. After that, they say I have to see a specialist. With me calling around, finding a specialist. I went Thursday to see a specialist. He said my finger is badly broken and I need to go in surgery the following day, which they couldn't do that because the hospital didn't have any opening. So that's when I did my first surgery, August 1st. I had to turn around and do another surgery September 14th because my finger wasn't healing properly and the rods in my fingers that was holding my fingers up shifted. So I recently did my second surgery, which was more brutal than the first one. And I'm currently recovering from the second surgery at the moment now.
Okay, thank you. So I want to circle back around to the night of the incident on July 25th. Can you describe what position you were in when he broke your fingers?
I was still closest to the wall.
Okay. And did he say anything to you when he broke your fingers?
If I don't give him his jersey, he gonna hurt me. So, and his jersey was in the basket I saw the picture of.
Did you say anything back to him?
No, I just told him his stuff is in the basket where it's normally at in the washroom.
Do you believe he broke your fingers on purpose?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because he was mad because I personally didn't want to go for his jersey because I told him to go get his stuff himself.
Okay. So immediately after he broke your fingers, what happened next?
He let go. That's when he grabbed my laptop, my phone, my keys, and my Apple Watch. He left.
He left.
And a couple minutes he came back and I sent him a picture like, here's your jersey in the basket where it's at. And he came back and get his stuff.
Did he eventually leave your apartment for good that evening?
Yes.
And did you call the police immediately afterwards?
No.
Why not?
Because I was scared because he's saying threat because of the threats that he stated. So I was literally scared. So I literally just went to the ER and came back home.
Okay. And remind us what they told you at the ER about your fingers.
Huh?
Can you remind us what they told you at the ER about your fingers?
They said my fingers are badly broken and I need to see a specialist.
Okay.
And that's our specialist now.
Okay. Did you take any photos of videos of your hand while you were at the ER or during later procedures?
Yes.
Okay. Permission to share my screen, Your Honor?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I'm sharing what has been marked as petitioner's exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this, Ms. Atkinson?
Yes, that's how my hand looked after the first surgery.
When was this video taken?
I think that was August 11 when I went for my follow-up.
Who took this video?
I did when I was at my appointment.
How do you know that you took this video?
Because I have a copy of it in my phone, and that's my hand.
Is this a fair and accurate depiction of your injuries after the respondent broke your fingers?
Yes, that's after the first surgery. That's how my hand looked after the first surgery.
Has this video been altered in any way?
No.
Has this video been altered in any way?
No.
Your Honor, I'd like to tender into evidence petitioner's exhibit number 1.
Mr. Browning, any objections, and you think you want to stop talking to whoever's in there with you? It's admitted.
Thank you. Was the ER visit your only procedure that you had for your hand?
And I went to the hospital twice to do 2 surgeries.
Have any of the doctors that you've seen mentioned anything about the future functionality of your hand?
My specialist, I have a long road of physical therapy, and it's a possibility I may have 80% function in my hand. Is a possibility, maybe 80. It all depends on how I did in physical therapy, and if with this second surgery, if my fingers healed properly as how he wanted it to, then I have more function. If not, is maybe further surgery, or we just got to work through physical therapy. But he haven't given me like a exact time of when I'll be able to use my hand or what's going on. It all depends on how it heals after the second surgery. So if hopefully the rod stays in place and everything stays in place. If not, we just got to go with what happened after my physical therapy and how the healing process is right now.
Okay. Have you incurred any expenses as a result of the respondent's injury to your hand?
Yes.
How much?
Hospital bills, specialist bills, and yeah.
Do you know how much?
For the hospital bills, right now it's like over 20,000. My specialists for the first operations, I think I still owe them like 1,200 and some change. Okay. But for the hospital bills, I know my first surgery, I had like 14,000, and I think my second surgery is like 20. They haven't given me the exact date that's yet, but I think I sent you the copy of the doctor's stuff.
Your Honor, permission to share my screen?
Sure.
I'm showing you what has been previously marked as petitioner's exhibit number 2. Ms. Atkinson, do you recognize this?
Yes, that's the receipt from my specialist.
Is this a true and accurate depiction of the medical costs that you have incurred, a part of the medical costs that you have incurred because of the respondent's attack on July 25th?
Yes.
Has this been altered in any way?
No.
Your Honor, I'd like to tender petitioner's exhibit number 2 into evidence.
All right, so I got a couple of screens and the evidence is up on one, but does that say 1,200, 1928?
Yes, the highlighted number is the balance.
All right, thank you. Any objections, sir?
I'm just waiting on my side, waiting to tell my side of the story.
All right. It's admitted.
Thank you. I am now showing what has been previously marked as petitioner's exhibit number 3. Ms. Atkinson, do you recognize this?
Yes, that's the hospital bill for the first surgery, I believe. Yes.
Is this a true and accurate depiction of part of the medical costs that you have incurred as a result of the respondent's attack on July 25th?
Yes.
Has it been altered in any way?
No.
Your Honor, I'd like to tender into evidence petitioner's exhibit number 3.
Any objections to that, sir?
No, ma'am.
It's admitted.
Okay, Ms. Atkinson, I'd like to turn now to what happened since the incident on July 25th. Did you eventually contact the police?
Yes, I eventually contacted the police because,
You can continue.
I eventually contacted the police because Joshua currently girlfriend, she also worked at FedEx too. She started with the harassment, the text messages, and the threats. So I explained it to my boss, and then my boss said, "Okay, just go ahead and report it." And that's when I actually went and report the incident, what happened. I talked to the police. I showed the police my hand and stuff, and they did issue a warrant for Joshua. And they did pick him up at the job because he was at work. And when he got released, his bond stipulation was no contact with me. He came up to my job twice. The first time I saw him and he pulled off. The second time, his girlfriend approached me and we got into an argument. And she called him and put it on speaker, and he said he pulled it up, which he did pull up at the job. And I contact Clayton County Police Department, and we went from there, and then I reported back to my boss, and I was laid on suspension. From that, it's been like almost 3 weeks, almost a month now.
Okay. I'd like to circle back around to what happened at your work, but first, I would like to quickly discuss, did you make a police report?
When?
When you first contacted the police, you made a police report?
Yes.
Okay. Permission to share my screen, Your Honor?
Sure.
I'm now showing you what has been previously marked as petitioner's exhibit number 4. This is the first page. Scrolling down to the second page, which includes the narrative, and the third page. Ms. Atkinson, do you recognize this?
Yes.
Is it the same police report that was filed on August 16th as a result of the attack on August 25th?
Yes.
Has it been altered in any way?
No.
Your Honor, I would like to tender it into evidence petitioner's exhibit number 4.
Any objections, sir?
She said August 25th. It was July 25th.
I apologize. That was a misstatement. July 25th.
Any objections to me seeing the police report? I couldn't hear you. All right, it's admitted.
Thank you. Ms. Atkinson, do you know what, if any, actions the police took after you filed the report against the respondent?
They issued a warrant.
Did they arrest him?
Yeah, they arrested him on August 19th. That's
Okay.
it was a Friday.
On what charges?
Aggravated battery.
Did the respondent go to jail?
Yes.
Did he contact you while he was in jail?
No.
Did anyone contact you concerning the respondent or the incident that took place on July 25th while the respondent was in jail?
His current girlfriend.
Okay.
That's not my girlfriend.
Why do you think that this is the respondent's girlfriend?
He made it very known to me at work and or text messages to make it very known to everybody that that's her man, that's my man, that's my man. That's her exact words. So, yeah.
Do you believe that the respondent had knowledge that his girlfriend was communicating with you?
Yes.
Your Honor, permission to share my screen?
Absolutely.
I am now showing you what has been marked as petitioner's exhibits number 5 through 8. Number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, 5 through 9, and number 9. Ms. Atkinson, would you please read aloud the first 4 lines of the final message of exhibit number 5, what I have highlighted in the box?
I can't see that.
Would you like me to zoom in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you don't need to call him about anything because he knows I'm texting you. Oh, 639 Garden Walk Boulevard. That's your address, right? I bet you wondering where I got it from.
Okay.
Ms.
Atkinson, will you please read aloud the first message of exhibit number 7, this first message here?
You're sorry asking me to send that man to jail because you're mad. You think he wasn't going to call me and let me know? Bitch, he said I should let you know when he got out. That's your ass. You want me to read the entire thing?
Yes, please.
Bitch, that man broke your hand and left your sorry ass. Even in jail, he's dragging you out. You're just sorry. I wanted to beat your asses that same night, but he will be out soon, and we definitely ain't beating your ass then.
Those are false messages.
Ms. Atkinson, will you please read the fourth message that I've included in the box here?
Bitch, my man got out. He said that he tried to reach out to your scary ass. He tried to reach out, but your scary ass blocked his number. You think the police or the judge going to save you, bitch? They're not. We still coming for you. He got out and called to let me know. By the way, he laying in my bed, boo.
Thank you. Ms. Atkinson, who is harasser's number 2?
That's her.
Who is her?
Patrice Green, his current girlfriend.
Who is harasser's?
That's also her, because I blocked both of their numbers from my phone.
Okay.
That's false evidence. Those are people she propped to put as harassers. That's false evidence. I'm innocent, and I know.
If the respondent isn't objecting, he should wait his turn to put on his own case.
I agree. Hold on, Mr. Browning. You'll get to chat.
Thank you. How do you know that these are the respondent's girlfriends, Ms. Atkinson?
The way she talks, she make it known that even at work, she will approach me to let me know that, oh, you're not answering my text and stuff like that. So she make it known, and when she talking and stuff, it's her.
Okay. Over what time period were these messages sent to you?
After Joshua left my house, and that was from August 4th. They just kept coming from that.
And are these a fair and accurate depiction of the messages that were sent to you?
Yes.
Have any changes been made to these messages?
No.
Your Honor, I would like to tender into evidence petitioner's exhibits number 5 through 9.
Any objections?
Nope.
All right, they're admitted.
Okay.
So go ahead, Sex. Your client got his camera on. Whoever's listening to me on Zoom needs to take it, or YouTube needs to stop, because you can hear it in the background. All right, go ahead, Ms. Sachs.
Okay, Ms. Atkinson, let's talk now about the incidents that happened in August at your place of work. After the respondent was arrested, did he or his girlfriend ever threaten you at work?
He did. He haven't spoke to me since the incident happened.
Okay. How many times did they threaten you at work?
Her a couple times, up to the last time I was at work.
Can you explain what happened the last time?
The last time I was outside with my friends, just hanging out, talking, because we got out of work early. She came out, she was just like looking me up and down. So one of my friends was like, "What's going on? Why are you looking at Whitney like that?" And that's when she was like, "Oh, I should have beat your ass because you made my man got locked up. You even got charged with a felony." I was like, "What you talking about? You don't even know what's going on between me and Josh. That's nothing you got to talk about." Then she called him and she put it on speaker. And he asked her, "So who you arguing with?" And she was like, "Who you think?" And then she said, "Can you come up here?" And then he was like, "All right, I'm coming. I'm pulling up." And then I said in the background, "You know, you're not supposed to be here when I'm here in premises. You're not supposed to be nowhere around, nowhere near me." And then that's when she was like, "If I didn't like my job, I would have beat your ass. I should have been beat your ass." And then she left. He pulled up. She left, and that's when I called Clayton County Police again. And that's when I reported to my job, and I was laid on suspension. Well, we both was laid on suspension.
Okay. Ms. Atkinson, to your knowledge, does the respondent have any weapons?
Yes, he have a gun.
How do you know this?
He said it, and I have pictures.
Okay. Your Honor, permission to share my screen?
Sure.
I'm showing you what has been previously marked as petitioner's exhibit number 10. Ms. Atkinson, do you recognize this?
Yes.
What does it show?
I see him holding the money and his gun in his waist.
When was this photo taken?
I don't know. The photos he's sending me, and he also have it up on his social media also.
Okay. Is this a fair and accurate depiction of the photo that the respondent had sent to you?
Yes.
Has it been altered in any way since it was sent to you?
No.
Your Honor, I'd like to tender into evidence petitioner's exhibit number 10.
Any objections, sir?
Yes, I object. This picture was taken July 26, 2020, and it was a friend's gifting it just for the picture. I do not own a weapon in my name, and y'all can look that up in the system. My name is Joshua Browning. I don't own a weapon. I don't own no.
There's no sort of system like that that's going to tell if you own a weapon. You could have bought one from a friend, Mr. Browning. I'll acknowledge your objection and overruled. Go ahead, Ms. Sachs. Anything else?
Not with this exhibit, Your Honor.
All right. Let's see. Mr. Browning seems to be itching to talk. But Mr. Browning, let me remind you, you have a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. My guess is, I think your charges are in Clayton County. My guess is Clayton County DA's office or people from there are probably watching this. This is where a lot of prosecutors get evidence because people just talk. Now, this is a quasi-criminal, quasi-civil, so you don't necessarily have a right to remain silent. She can ask you questions, but I'm just telling you, Mr. Browning, if you start testifying, the DA's office, I'm sure, is taking notes, and they're going to use that against you in your criminal case. However, I'm going to see if Ms. Sachs wants to ask you a couple of questions and get, you know what? No, what? Hey, Ms. Sachs, do you mind? Let's let him, if he wants to tell me his side of it. But also, let me tell you this, Mr. Browning, if you take your fifth and decide you're not going to want to testify, I can take a negative inference from that, which means is you admitting it. So go ahead, Mr. Browning. What is it you want to say? Because then Ms. Sachs is going to get a chance to cross-examine you.
I plead the fifth, but I want a lawyer. I want to be prepared and have a lawyer and have my evidence put forward to this case too, because I feel like
pleading the fifth. He's pleading the fifth, Ms. Sachs. That means, sir, you should have hired a lawyer before coming here. You don't have a right to an appointed lawyer in this type of case. Ms. Sachs, go ahead and give me your closing.
Yes, Your Honor. Authorized by the Family Violence Act, the 3 statutory requirements for obtaining a 12-month family violence protective order are 1, a required relationship, 2, an act of family violence, and 3, the likelihood an act of violence will occur if not for the court's intervention. We have heard through the petitioner's
testimony. Said stop listening to it on stream, please. Go ahead, Ms. Sachs. She's got that played on stream. Go ahead.
We've heard through the petitioner's testimony today that the petitioner has met all 3 requirements. A preponderance of the evidence shows that the petitioner and respondent lived together, that the respondent committed the offense of aggravated battery, and that due to his girlfriend's repeated threats, his girlfriend's repeated threats, there is a substantial likelihood that his future behavior will remain consistent with his past violent acts. Finally, we have heard that Mrs. Atkinson has genuine fear for her safety, or we would have heard that Ms. Atkinson has genuine fear for her safety. Thus, the petitioner respectfully requests that the court grant the 12-month protective order and grant such further relief as deemed just and proper. Thank you.
All right, so I have the total of her medical bill so far. 1, 2, 1, 9, 8 plus, let's see, 20. So is the $20,157.02. Has that already been ran through insurance and things like that, and that's just what she's going to have to pay?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And if she gets this paid back in monthly installments, obviously it'll probably take a long time. How would she like that sent to her?
Ms. Atkinson, how would you like the funds to be sent to you?
He can send it to direct deposit or whichever, or a check. It don't matter.
All right. Direct deposit. He has your account number?
No, I mean, he can't Apple Pay to me. Can he use Apple Pay to me?
Does he? Hold on. Does he know how to send it to you? Does he have your handle or whatever you call it? Be able to send it to you, Apple Pay? Does he have your handle or whatever you call it? Ma'am, please stop watching it. on YouTube.
Yes.
I can hear it.
Yes, only thing for Apple Pay, he just got to send it to my number.
All right. Well, he knows your number. Okay. Thank you for educating me. All right. What else, Ms. Sachs? You want that 12 months? You want FVIP?
We want the 12 months. We want to order the respondent, of course, not to return to her property, also to stay at least 200 yards from her at all times. We would also like to order the respondent to undergo a batterer's intervention program and follow the treatment required.
Anything else you want to say, sir?
Plead the fifth.
All right. All right. Here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a place for 12 months, Ms. Free. Sir, you're going to be given a compliance date where you're going to need to show up. You're going to have to go and attend FVIP. And you're going to have to make payments to her at $1,000 a month via Apple Pay beginning November the, let's see, how about November the 15th and the 15th of each month after this. And I think, are you going to draft this, Ms. Sachs?
I believe my co-counsel, Daisha.
Okay. All right. So we'll do FVIP. He'll make $1,000 payment a month for until $21,376.30 is paid in full beginning November the 15th. He'll take the FVIP class and he'll pay her via Apple Pay. Anything else, Ms. Brown, that I missed?
You can't send $1,000 on Apple Pay.
You said two $500 payments, whatever you got to do. It's got to be $1,000 total on the 15th of each month. Anything else, Ms. Brown?
That's all, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. However, you got to make it so that she gets a total of $1,000 a month on the 15th of each and every month until that $21,376.30 is paid for. 200 yards, sir. Don't go near where she works. Don't have anybody else contact her, or you will be in violation. And you can get charged with aggravated stalking here in Fulton County.
Can I have another trial to fight it against that?
No, sir. That's it. If you put your email in the chat, we'll email you a copy of the order and you can turn it over to your lawyer. Once y'all both put your emails in the chat, Ms. Sachs, if you want to send that order to Ms. Free, we will we'll get you a copy of the order once I sign it. Mr. Browning, put your email in the chat and we can send you a copy of the order once I sign it. It's in place and you can get it to your lawyer. Now, sir, when we have your compliance hearing, which you're going to get it, that's why we need your email. We're going to check. If you're not making those payments, I can put you in jail until you pay a purge.
Okay.
All right. Best of luck to you guys. Thank you both. Thank you, Ms. Sachs. Well done.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Absolutely. Thank you. Y'all stay healthy and safe.